video, I am going to show you how to make this beautiful shell stitch. You will need any weight yarn, but I am going to be using Lion Brand's Feels Like Buddha yarn. It's a number 4 worsted weight yarn. The recommended crochet hook size is a G6 4mm. You will also need a pair of scissors, your crochet hook of course, and a yarn needle. This stitch is a multiple of 7 plus 4. To start, instead of making a slip knot, I will have you make this little twisted chain like this. You can go that way or this way, but go this way and just move your hook down like this and bring it up. Then hold right there where it's twisted and bring that loop through like this, and that becomes your replacement for your slip knot. And it's a little bit looser there. It just saves one more knot from happening in your work. And the next trick I want to show you requires crocheting longer than you need for your foundation chain. So for this width, I need chain 25. So I'm going to chain 30 and then show you a little trick that you can do. So here's 1, 29, 30. Okay, there's 30. I actually only need 25, but this is something that you may find useful in the future. So to make this stitch, to start it, on row 1, it will be worked in the starting chain. So the first thing you need to do is double crochet in the 4th chain from hook. So there is the 1st chain, 2nd chain, 3rd chain, and that is the 4th chain. Now, I have to yarn over because I'm going to double crochet. I like to roll my chain forward and insert my hook in the back bar. It's also referred to as the bump of the chain, but I just go into that one loop there. And it's not as loose as going through just the top one, and it gives it a nicer finish at the bottom edge. So I'm just going to yarn over and finish my double crochet there. Then you skip 2 chains and work a shell, and a shell is 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So I'm going to skip those 2 and work a shell in the back bar of the next chain after I skip 2 chains there. So the shell is just 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles in the same chain. See, like that? You can pull this out as you're working. Now you'll need to skip 2 chains and double crochet in the next 2 chains. This is kind of the setup row for the raised double crochets to happen on the next row. Now I'm going to skip 2, shell in the next one. Oh, I chained 2, I don't know why. A lot of shells, some shells can be, chain 2 in between the stitches, but this one is just a chain 1. So you skip 2 and then double in the next one, in the next 2 chains, like that. So there is, after you double crochet in the 4th chain from hook, then the directions will say repeat from this. So your repeat is right here, not this part, but the repeat starts with skip 2, shell, skip 2, and 2 double crochets. That'll be a repeat. So I just finished my 2nd repeat. So now I skip 2, shell, okay, skip 2, and then double crochet in the next 2. Now, if you were making this and it said chain 25, which is that's all I needed for this row, just on the sample, then this ideally your last double crochet should be in the last chain. But as I told you, I chained extra right here. So if you're doing a long chain for an Afghan or a scarf, this might come in handy. You can always chain extra. You can chain like that much, it doesn't matter how much you want to chain. And then when you get down there, you're going to have extra. And you might want to do this, especially because you don't know what kind of yarn you're going to use. You don't know how wide the repeats are going to be. You don't know what your gauge is yet. So if you just chain a whole bunch and then just work the first row down and then measure that and see what you need to do, I mean, how many repeats you want to do. So when you get down to this, all you have to do, and especially because I did that twisted chain instead of the slip knot, all you have to do is take the extra out. Take the extra chains out like this. Just pinch this one and then let that one go. Pinch the next one and take this out. And then pinch that one, take that out, right like that. So I don't want to go any farther than that, so I would just pull that last chain in like that. Look, it's like a little miracle. The next thing I want to show you is there are several ways to do a turning chain. You could do a turning chain, you could just, some people, they chain 3 turn like this. I do not like to do a chain 3 turn. Some people chain 1 turn, which I'm okay with the chain 1 turn, and then they just work, well, here we need to work a raised double crochet. So this one, yeah, I did it on the right side. Okay. So some people like to do the chain 1 turn, then they do a double in here. So what I like to do is just turn, no chain at all. Work a single crochet in the first double crochet like this, then go back into the center of that double crochet, that single crochet I just worked, and work another single crochet like that. Now, let's say I had a triple crochet or a treble crochet on the end. All I would do is just make another single crochet to get the height for that. Now, this, if you need to, just mark this first side as your right side. But I already know by looking at these pieces what's the right side and the wrong side, but you could mark this as your right side. Ideally, you want all of your raised stitches like this to end up on the right side of your work. You don't want them alternating back and forth. And on the ends of the rows, you will have only 1 raised stitch because of your turning chain. So that's just the way it worked out. So now I have my turning chain. I want all my raised stitches to be on this side. So I will yarn over and go into the back of this double crochet right here. It's a back post raised double crochet. So I'm just going to go like this and go back here and then go back like this, draw the yarn up like this, and then finish a double crochet. What that does on the other side is to raise up the double crochet from the previous row. Now we just work a shell. Okay, now on these 2 double crochets right here, I need to do a back post raised double crochet. I yarn over, go in here, and then back through there, and then you can push it, roll it towards you like this if that helps, and then just finish a double crochet. You're working the double crochet around the post of that double crochet. So again, you yarn over, go in here, go here, draw a loop, draw that loop up, and then finish a double crochet. And then shell and shell. And then there's the 2 doubles. And you just go into the back like this. You bring it towards you, then go back again, yarn over, bring that loop up, and then finish a double crochet, yarn over, go there, and draw up like that. And those are back post double crochets. Then shell and shell. And then a back post right there. Okay, now when you get down to the end of row 2, you have the turning chain here. So in the beginning we skipped 3 chains and we double crocheted in the 4th chain. So now all I have to do is here's the double crochet, the first double crochet that was worked in row 1. So all I have to do is find the next chain and just work my double in there. There's no raised stitches on the end of the row. So are you ready? So when you turn it, look how cute it looks. You have the 2 raised stitches in between the shells like that. So there are only 2 pattern repeat rows of this. So here I will turn and I'll do I call it like a stacked single crochet like that, and then go in here, work another single like that. Now this is going to be a front post double crochet. To do a front post, you yarn over, insert your hook from this side to that side, drop a loop, and then finish your double crochet just like that. And then you shell and shell. Like this. Now here's the two raised double crochet stitches from the previous row. We're on the right side now. And then you just insert your hook from this side to that side, drop a loop like this, and finish a double crochet. Once you get the hang of this, it's so easy. And it's so pretty. It adds a lot of nice texture to your crocheting. Now, okay, you insert from this side to that side, drop a loop, and then finish your double crochet. Shell and shell. And you end with a front post double crochet, and then you just go into the top of the double crochet that I created with my stacked single crochets, just like that. And by doing the stacked single crochets on the side, it keeps your work really even. Sometimes when you do that chain 3 turn, it bulges out on the side. It kind of creates a hole on the side, but this will be really straight. So it's awesome. So you just repeat those 2 rows back and forth as many times as you want to create whatever you're working on. And there will be a link to the directions and some helpful hints on how to enlarge your sample, so it doesn't have to be this small. Now I want to show you another thing. I was going to show you how to make this straight on the edge, and I practiced making it straight, and I just have a thing about making that straight because look how pretty that is, like just like that. I mean, it's so pretty. So what I decided to do is to show you something different. Now down here at the bottom, it's straight. So what if you went back after you got done and you made this a shell on the opposite side? To match a shell edge on the starting chain like this, so that you have a shell here and a shell there, you would just do this. So first I will join with a double crochet. To join with a double crochet, I start with I'm just going to do a slip knot for this one. So start with a slip knot like this, or you can do like your chain 3 or something like that. But I'm going to start with a double crochet. I have a slip knot. This finger is holding the slip knot to keep it on the hook. And then I'm going to yarn over, insert into the top single crochet of my turning chain there. I have the right side facing. So I'm going to do this and then through the 2, and then I need to snug up my starting chain a little bit, my slip knot. Okay, so to match what I have going on down at this end, what I want to do here is a raised double crochet around this raised double crochet like this. I'm doing this in white so that you can see it better, hopefully. Now I'm going to skip those 2 chains and work a shell in the same chain used by this shell of row 1. Like that. Now raised double crochets. These are front post raised double crochets. Front is you can think of it like I don't have to go in the back, so I'm going to work them from the front. This yarn is so soft. So see how that would look? I think it's really pretty. So it would match what you have going on this side. So it's just, you know, something you can do. This would make a beautiful dishcloth to give to your friend or keep for yourself. So I would just work this across and to the end, and I would do a front post double crochet here, and then just a regular double crochet into the last double crochet, and then I would finish off. But that's how you could create an edge on the other side of the, after you get done with your piece, and if you want your edgings to match like that. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope that I see you in the next video, and please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. It all helps our channel.